Today on Public Eye News, election results are in. We'll be continuing our election coverage and explain what that means for you and your community.
Soon, Andy Jordan will have your weather forecast for the next couple of days. Luke Niddle will bring you today's sports breakdown. I'm Reed Hall.
And I'm Bradley Seaborg, and this is Public Eye News. This just in, Democrat Elisa Slotkin has defeated Republican Mike Rogers in the race for the Michigan Senate seat. Slotkin leads by roughly 19,000 votes with 99% reporting. Decided by just 0.3% of the vote, Michigan nearly became the fourth state to flip in the Senate in what has been an election night to forget for the Democrats. Former Senator and Democrat Debbie Stabenow opted not to run for re-election, leaving the seat open. Slotkin was previously a representative in the House and a CIA analyst and Department of Defense official. And Donald Trump has been elected the 47th president of the United States after clinching Wisconsin and Michigan late last night. Trump defeated Vice President Kamala Harris, who failed to match the performance of Joe Biden in 2020. The win marks a number of firsts in American politics. Trump became the first president since Grover Cleveland to regain power after being voted out, the first person convicted of a felony to be elected president, and at 78, the oldest person to be elected president. Trump plans to quickly enact a transformative new agenda once in office that would dramatically alter the face of the American government. The Michigan Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, provided CBS News with a statement on the election process last night.
Over 5.5 million Michiganders exercise their most sacred right, the right to select our leaders by voting in free and fair elections. We are aware of non-credible bomb threats that targeted some polling locations. The FBI has issued statements officially confirming that those were tied to Russia.
She went on to say that the false claims, including those made by the elected President Donald Trump, were easily debunked by the FBI. In more election results, Jack Bergman has won Michigan's first congressional district. The incumbent Bergman handily won the race, securing nearly 60% of the vote. Bergman won all but 2 counties in the district, losing Marquette County by roughly 4,000 votes and Leelanau County by 2,000 votes. Bergman will take a 5th term in the office, which he has held since being elected in 2016. And in the Michigan House of Representatives, the Republican candidates swept all 4 districts in the Upper Peninsula. Incumbents Dave Preston and Gregory Markkinen easily won their districts with over 60% of the vote. In the 109th district, incumbent Jen Hill lost to former TV weatherman Carl Bonak, flipping the district to the Republicans and completing the sweep of the peninsula. In a statement on Facebook, Jen Hill thanked supporters and highlighted successes during her time as representative, like supporting women's and workers' rights. And across the world, countries are reacting to the news that former President Donald Trump is heading back to the Oval Office. CBS's Layla Mishkin is in London with more. Take a look.
Celebrations are taking place in various parts of the world, from India to Israel. A Trump win is what most Israelis were hoping for.
I think it's good for Israel, yeah, no doubt. It's better than Kamala Harris.
Israel's prime minister called former President Donald Trump's victory history's greatest comeback and a new beginning for America. Ukraine was also tracking results closely as it relies heavily on billions of dollars in U.S. military support. Trump has said he could end the war with Russia in 24 hours if elected.
You're the president. Please do it, Mr. Trump.
Ukraine's president congratulated Trump on a, quote, impressive election victory, words echoed by other world leaders like Britain's prime minister.
Having had dinner with President-elect Trump just a few weeks ago, I look forward to working with him in the years to come.
But on the streets, people didn't hold back. Whether in the UK...
I think the American people are bonkers.
I think no one's ready for Trump again, let's be honest.
Or South Africa.
I think Trump is a good president for Americans. I believe in his wisdom.
It's an election millions around the world were invested in, even though they didn't have a vote. Leah Mishkin, CBS News.
Now don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with your weather and national news after this break.
Think of all the people out there frightened.
2 dead bodies in quick succession.
We're dealing with a serial killer.
You were the key witness. What did you see?
The landscape of criminal investigation.
Of course. We're not going to miss this, are we?
We are all in this together.
Welcome back. I'm Andy Jordan, and I'll be taking you through our Public Eye weather report. Taking a look at our Marquette cam here, we can see a few clouds across the top of the sky. Overall, a pretty beautiful day out. And taking a look across the UP, starting off in Houghton, it is 50 degrees and partly cloudy. In Ironwood and Iron Mountain, 48 degrees and partly cloudy. In Menominee and Escanaba, 49 degrees and cloudy. Now taking a look at the east side of the map here, in Manistique, 51 degrees and partly cloudy. In Sault Ste. Marie, 57 and cloudy. And back here in Marquette, it is 50 degrees and mostly sunny. Now looking at our current conditions, we have winds coming out of the southeast at 10 miles per hour with our barometric pressure at 30.08 inches and rising. And looking to tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 40 degrees, winds coming out of the dead west at 6 miles per hour with our moon phase at a waxing crescent. Now looking to tomorrow, mostly sunny skies again, a high of 54 degrees, a low of 40. Winds still coming out of the west at 13 miles per hour. And looking to the weekend, on Friday, you can expect sunny skies, a high of 50 degrees, a low of 34. On Saturday, a high of 53 degrees, a low of 42, with clouds moving in just a little bit. And on Sunday, a high of 50 degrees, a low of 43, with a little bit of rain. And that is all I have for your weather. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks for that weather report, Andy. It looks like those warmer fall temperatures are sticking around for a little while longer. Now for some more local news. An aerospace company founded by NMU alumni has sent their prototypes to the International Space Station aboard a SpaceX launch on Monday. Cal Morris Incorporated, founded by Adam and Tony Call and Austin Morris, developed the Responsive Engaging Arms for Captive Care and Handling, or REA-CCH, which aims to reduce orbital space debris and help orbital sustainability. The arms use gecko-like adhesion to capture and release space debris of nearly any shape or size. KMI is headquartered in Marquette, Michigan, and their lab is located inside the Masonic Center in downtown Marquette. And NMU will be hosting the Upper Peninsula Association for Behavior Analysis 2024 Regional Conference on November 7th and 8th. The conference will see scientists, practitioners, students, and professors come together to learn and collaborate. At the conference, regional practitioners can obtain the required CEUs to maintain BCAB certification, and regional agencies can promote their services to newly recruited practitioners. The conference's keynote speaker is Carl Sundberg and is titled From Certification to Treatment Supervision, Considering the Readiness of New BCBAs. The conference will be held in NMU's Northern Center.
High school seniors who are living in the Upper Peninsula and are planning to pursue healthcare-related fields in college are invited to participate in the 5th Annual National Rural Health Day Essay Contest. Students' essays should be no less than 500 words, but no more than 1,000. Prizes will be awarded to the top 3 finishers in each UP region, Eastern, Central, and Western. The first place prize is $500, while second and third will take home $250 and $100 respectively. First place winners' essays will also be shared with the students' hometown newspaper. The essay submission deadline is Tuesday, November 12th, and winners will be notified on November 21st, which is National Rural Health Day. Essay guidelines and a submission link can be found at nmu.edu/ruralhealth/essay-contest. And the Michigan DNR is seeking to fill upcoming vacancies on both the Eastern and Western Upper Peninsula Citizens Advisory Councils. The councils are designed to advise the DNR on regional programs and policies, as well as offer insight and guidance to the DNR based on members' own experiences. Since the council's creation, over 100 recommendations have been drafted on a wide variety of topics. The councils currently meet monthly, and members are required to have their primary residence located in the Upper Peninsula. Several vacancies are available, and the deadline to apply is November 25th. If interested, application forms and more council information can be found online at michigan.gov/UPCAC. And when thinking of people who suffer concussions, athletes probably come to mind. But a new study is highlighting an often overlooked population. With more, here's CBS News' Michael George.
Franklin County Deputy Sheriff Josh Walters says in his line of work, concussions typically aren't on the radar.
When we get injured in something, we're looking for holes and blood leaking, not necessarily how dilated your pupils are, because you just smashed your head on something.
Walters co-authored a recent study that looked at concussions among law enforcement professionals. The survey of 381 personnel in Central Ohio found 74% reported a history of one or more head injuries. For nearly a third, it happened on the job. And those with injuries reported more PTSD and depressive symptoms.
So many of these injuries are going untreated. Many unreported and then untreated.
Jacqueline Cassis is an assistant professor in the School of Health and Rehabilitation Sciences at Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center.
I think one of the things that we're hoping this survey will do is increase awareness among law enforcement officers and the public more broadly regarding head injuries outside of the sporting context.
Additionally, injured officers aren't always able to get immediate treatment for concussions due to the demands of their job. Walter says the next step is working on a return-to-duty protocol, just as they have in sports and the military.
If you're going call to call and you've just received a concussion and now you're dealing with a high-stress situation, it's very hard to break all that down and make those really hard decisions fast.
Researchers hope their findings will lead to better outcomes for officers not only in their career, but also in retirement. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
We'll be right back after this short break. Stay tuned.
It's known as America's finest city, San Diego. And people aren't the only ones who enjoy it here. Across the county, animals follow ancient routes and forge new paths. Because San Diego isn't just America's finest city, it's also America's wildest.
Wednesday night at 8 on WNMU TV.
Welcome back to Public Eye Sports. Once again, I am Luke Niddle, and I'll be taking you through our Wednesday breakdown. Leading off in the National Football League, the trade deadline wrapped up at 4 p.m. on Tuesday as significant moves were made all around the league. Most notably, longtime Saint Marshawn Lattimore and a fifth-round pick was dealt from New Orleans to the Commanders for a third and fourth-round selection in this year's draft. Detroit made some moves to beef up their defense, trading for former Packer and Brown Zadarius Smith from Cleveland to help recreate some of the production lost by Aiden Hutchinson being injured for the season. As one Smith exits the AFC North and enters the NFC North, his brother Preston Smith takes his spot, exiting the NFC North for the AFC North. Preston was dealt from the Packers to the Steelers in exchange for a seventh-round pick. And chasing on over to hockey, the Detroit Red Wings gear up tonight for a road match in Chicago against the Blackhawks. The Wings come into this one just a game under 500, sitting at 5-5-1. For the Hawks, they're just a touch more concerned at 5-7-1, though Chicago has won 3 of their last 4. Both teams have underperformed so far in the new season, as an empty wallet in Detroit's front office hope to be living up to the paychecks, and the hottest prospect in all of hockey, Connor Bedard, has underwhelmed just a little bit with 3 goals and 9 assists in 13 games so far. This will be the first time this season the two squads have played each other, and the puck drop is set for 8 p.m. tonight. And ending off with some more Motown, another Detroit team is on the road, as the Pistons are in Charlotte tonight, hoping to clip the Wings off the Hornets. The Pistons come into this one well ahead of schedule at 3-5, as they didn't win their third game of the 2023-24 season until December 30th. Detroit will have their work cut out for them if LaMelo Ball is cleared to play tonight with right ankle soreness, as he is 7th in the NBA in points per game with 28.6 and 3rd in three-pointers made with 4.6 per game. Detroit has plenty of guard talent themselves, as Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey averaged 23.3 and 19.9 points respectively. That's all I have for sports. Back to the news desk.
Thank you, Luke, for that sports update. Brad, how about those Pistons? Got to be a big game tonight, right?
It's going to be a big game. Could make it a 3-game win streak. I tell you, new players, Jaden Ivey, young players, Tobias Harris, they've all been playing really well. I'm very confident about the Pistons this season.
I definitely agree. I mean, we're already off to a better start, I feel like, than last year. I mean, pretty big letdown. That losing streak last year was huge.
Wasn't a great season last year. The Hornets have LaMelo Ball. He's been playing great to start this year, but I think the Pistons can take them down. That's all the time we have for you today on Public Eye News. I'm Bradley Seaborg.
I'm Reed Hall.
And we will see you tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.